What's up, guys? Welcome to your 118th Android tutorial for the new Boston, and we're almost done with our SQL database, but let's just check to make sure it's working. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our SQLite example class here, and we're basically going to surround this with a try and a finally bracket, just to make sure, you know, something's working here. So let's just give us some space to work, and we're just going to say try here, and then enter try statement down here. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to have a catch exception here, and we'll call it E. And then what we're going to do is we're basically going to set up a Boolean value right here. We're going to call it did it work, and we're going to set it equal to be true to start with. And then if we have this catch exception, we're going to set it equal to false. So did it work is equal to false, and then what we're going to do is have a finally bracket. We're going to have a finally bracket, and if it works, we're going to set up a dialog for the most part. What we're going to do is we're going to display a dialog. So what we're going to say is if did it work, which is basically going to say if it's true, we're going to do whatever is within here again. And what we're going to say is create a dialog. So we're going to say dialog, call it D, something like that, and we're just going to say new dialog and pass in the context this for class name, and we have to import dialog. I'm not sure if we've done dialogs yet, but it's pretty simple. We're going to set the title to heck yeah, and there we go. And then we also need to set up a text view. So we're going to say text view TV equals new text view, and again pass in this for the context, and we're just going to set the text view text. So we're going to set it to success. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up our context. And again, I'm sorry, for the title it needs to be in quotations for a dialog. Then we just need to set basically the dialog content view. So we're going to say D set content view, and we're going to set it equal to our text view, so TV. And then we just got to display our dialog. So I know I went kind of quickly through that, but I think at this point you guys can kind of guess or at least know what's going on for the most part. So let's just run our application and check it, make sure it works. So let's just save everything and then check our constructor. Oh, and the other thing that we need to do is, since we're trying to catch some sort of exception, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our hot or not class, and basically with this open we're going to throw an exception, like an SQL exception. And that way, if there is an exception, then we're going to catch it, and we're just going to set this to false, and we won't display anything. Otherwise, it's going to still be equal to true, and then we're going to get this dialog success. So let's save everything and run it, and just make sure it works. Got errors. Sweet. Oh, I must have messed up on this. So set content view there. If you guys probably already caught that, but that's for our SQL view class. So we're just going to run it real quick and make sure everything works here. So we got this coming up, and then we're just going to say, whoops. All right, Travis. And a string would work, since again we have this as a string value, but we're just gonna say 10,000. That's my hotness scale. We're just gonna say update, and it looks like everything's good. It looks like it updated it, so that's good. In the next few tutorials, we're gonna work with receiving the data and kind of a view type thing. So actually, we're gonna set up this intent real quick for our view class to open that up. So what you guys want to do real quickly is go into the manifest and set up a class called SQL view and have a reference. Again, we did this kind of intent opening early on in the series, but make sure you have a reference like this. And again, you want to copy your reference for your action name. And then we're going to go into our SQLite example. We're just going to set up a new intent. I equals new intent. And then within quotations, we put our action name. And we import intent. And we also just say start activity. And that'll just open up our SQL view, where we're going to start working with that pretty soon. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. We just basically learned about the dialog for the most part, but looks like our application's working, and I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial. Have a good one.